What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about 3 different coins today. 2 for the Unleavened Baptist and 1 for Mr. Benji III. We'll be talking about VAI. I don't know how to say it, man. CQT, clairvoyant, I'm pretty sure, but CQT as well, and then finishing it up with what was it? PLI plugin for Mr. Benji. All right, so going in that order, we're gonna get started here, and let's go over some. I don't know how to pronounce this, man. I really don't. Viot. We're doing some VAI right now. Some VAI. Anyways, we're looking at this here. Let's go back out to the weekly real quick, man. See where we're at. Yeah, we've been moving up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks green now. We're in a red week, but it could turn green. We still have about 4 days left. From top to bottom here, tipped your 1618. It wouldn't be crazy to go back to your 382 before you go up again. Also, it wouldn't be crazy if you went up from here. You know, I just, obviously those are your 2 possibilities. You could go up or you could go down. You have been moving sideways more or less for a little while now. You've found support on your 0.5 area. I'm kind of leaning toward the idea that you will continue to go higher, right? You've also got this purple line coming in here. Generally off the 618, off this purple line, I would expect that you'd see some kind of pullback by now, but you know, maybe it will come. It's just yet to come. Looking at the weekly RSI, overbought. You're still overbought, so that's actually nice. You're in a position of strength for sure. Daily RSI looks pretty decent. Like, this looks pretty tight, man. Like, honestly, you might be getting ready to make a move higher. I like the daily RSI. You've got lower lows with higher lows coming in. That's, you know, hidden bullish divergence. You've maintained readings above the 50, bounced off the 50. This RSI kind of looks similar to BTC almost, like just this part right here. But you also have these higher lows coming in, kind of in this like nice little, you know, sequence right here. Pretty true to that, you know. So as long as you're holding this structure, as long as you're not going too much lower, I think that you will be making strides to about 18 to 22 cents in a very short amount of time, and overall, you know, you'll be seeing these extensions up at 45 cents, maybe up to 85 cents even toward the top of this range here. I wonder real quick from bottom to top, 0.5 right there. Yeah, you're probably, I would think you'd at least go to 45 cents in a relatively short amount of time, probably before the halving, but I don't know if that happens before the end of the year. It could, but maybe I would look more for this 786, 886 area. Let's look at the 4-hour real quick. 4 hours, very neutral, not really telling. I guess a little bit more bullish than bearish, but you are rejecting off the 50 as of right now. If this 4-hour can turn around, that can change. Holding above the purple line, nice to see. I would say you're going up, man. I honestly would say you're going up. If not, you know, on a 4-hour basis, get a close below here, below about 11.312 cents. That'll be a little concerning. Really, a close on a 4-hour or a daily basis below about 10.2 cents would be the vindication, the validation that you need to suggest that you are going to see this 382 pullback right here, down at about 8.8 cents. Something like that would make sense to me. Maybe even lower than that. But for now, I'm under the assumption you go higher. And again, I wonder. Yeah, 8.5 cents there at that 382 as well. So definitely a possibility. Definitely a possibility. But at the moment, I would say I'm go for more upside unless, again, we get some kind of lower close on a 4-hour and a daily basis. Yeah, so watch for that. Watch for that. Other than that, everything to me, it looks good. Looks good for continuation. Moving on from there, CQT, USD, covalent on Kraken. Yeah, man, I remember this thing. I was like, hey, this looks like it wants to go up, and then it did without me. It did. Yeah, I think I literally Stana made a request for this thing. It was either this day before the 16%. I think it was. It was like one of these, and that whole week ended up pumping about 60%. And I was like, maybe I should buy this. I think I should buy this. And I was like borderline going to it. I didn't have any funds on Kraken to really make a difference. I got like a couple $100 on there that's floating. You know, I've got more money on there, but it's locked up in other cryptos. It's not locked. I'm not in a position to sell right now. I'm trying to hold through. But anyways, enough of my personal life. What I'm trying to say is this thing looks good, man. This thing looks really good. You've got this Eve and Adam pattern. I've been seeing this a lot. You know, it's more common to see the Adam and Eve. But here we are, Eve and Adaming, and it's generally a stronger pattern. And again, I've listed my reasons for why I think that is. I think this V bottom is just overall a stronger formation, along with the fact that it's a double bottom, you know. The Adam and Eve itself is powerful alone, but Eve and Adam even stronger, I think. Why? Because ladies come first. Anyways, if you're a gentleman, at least. Anyways, let's see. What are we doing? Top to bottom. 618, you grinded it, broke through it, went all the way up. Man, you got this like double top looking thing. You could come down. You're at 19.8 cents. You could come down back to 18 cents, even back to your 618 at a previous area that you grinded for resistance. But all in all, you are looking good. This is a nice bottom to see. When you do break this high, when you break that 24.23 cents, that little crux in the middle there, you are probably go for like 55 cents or higher. And here you are sitting just below 20 cents. This is how you would measure it. Yeah. You're probably on your way in a very short amount of time, potentially by the end of the year with this kind of look. And if not by the end of the year, I would think before the halving as well, that you'll see prices probably above $1. Like probably, honestly, this measure move, yeah, that would take you right to 99 cents literally. So, yeah, I like it, man. I really like it. And this is kind of free floating in the middle of these two lines, so I would think you'd go for this 1272 here. And then all in all, let's see, top to bottom, 786 is up there, 886 is up there. Yeah. And once you take out that high, it's on. It's definitely on to a lot higher prices. What is this thing, man? What's the market cap? CQT number 276. Okay, so it's not super low, but it's still pretty low. 124. Definitely room for like 100x in this thing or more. If it gains traction, this thing could really do well. And I gotta say, I really like this bottom. I really, really do. If you've been in technical, if you've done technical analysis, if you're familiar with charts, you know that this kind of setup is just awesome. It really is. And you haven't even broken this center, this little nipple right here. You haven't even broken it. Like, it's just beginning. Yes, it's already up from its low. It's gone up 256%. It's still up about 215% right now. Still a good time to buy. You're pre-breakout of this bottoming formation. So I would give it the green light. Even if it goes down from here, I give it the green light. Let's look at the more short-term stuff. 4-hour time frame looks like it's giving it back a little bit. That might be all she wrote. You could go lower. You know, generally speaking, when you get like this in your RSI, it's not as common to bounce here as it would be to get into your oversold zone, but a lot of cryptos have been doing that lately. So, you know, you tried for your bearish area of control, got out of it pretty quickly, but you got rejected off your 50, where here before you got above your 50. So you might go oversold. You might go a little bit lower, right? With this little mini extension here from bottom to top, maybe you go to 18.3 cents. I feel like I said that earlier. That's another fib level maybe. This 1618's at 17.7 cents. So somewhere in there, that wouldn't be too crazy at all. Just a little lower, and then you probably resume this uptrend. All you're doing right now is, right, you're testing this previous high, consolidating around it. That way you can really, like, when you break out, it's like this is like your last call right now. So I said this last time, and I hope it doesn't take off without me, but I should get some of this, man. I think this is a good one. I mean, I really do like this bottom. I don't know anything about this, man. I know nothing about this crypto, and I'm fully interested in it. It's a very, very beautiful pattern. Strong weekly RSI, Good looking daily RSI. Yeah, daily RSI could come down. Even if you came down on your 4 hour and you came down a little bit more on your daily, you'd be bouncing off the 60 here on your daily, getting like after being overbought like this. It looks good, man. It looks really, really good. I like it. So probably down a little bit in the meantime, and then we can go up, right? And in the meantime, I mean, probably within this week, maybe next week, something like that. Yeah. Shorter term time frames looking weaker. Daily to weekly looking stronger. So, and something real quick on a side note, I know a lot of people use these time frames. You know, use 15-minute time frames, 1 hour, but like we might subconsciously in our heads just kind of think, oh, the daily time frame. This is like what we're looking at on the day-to-day. No. This, I mean, you can look at it on the day-to-day, but this is more of like weeks to months worth of like kind of time configuration. When you look at the weekly, it's not weeks, like you're not expecting the moves to happen in weeks. Sometimes you can kind of get that, especially when you're around like critical points, but generally when you're looking at the weekly time frame, you're going for the months that follow. When you're doing the monthly time frame, it's really like a yearly kind of analysis, right? Like it's a longer term. So the hourly is like day to day. The 4 hour is like day to 1 week, you know, something like that. Even multiple weeks sometimes, like depending on how far out you go. But like, I hope I'm making sense by that, right? Like, I don't know. Anyways, shorter term time frames, the more immediate stuff looks a little bit bearish, goes down probably a little bit, and then on the daily and the weekly, the higher time frames, I feel like things look good. Things look pretty good. I really like that bottoming pattern. Anyways, moving on from there, we're going to be talking about plugin PLI, finishing it up for Benji himself on BitTrue here. Plugging it in, low to high, right? Anybody wants to draw their fibs, that's how you do it, right? It's not just some random low or high. It's like it's not like this low. You'd measure it from this low to this high, right? Like little side note again, because I know there's some people who like might be confused by the fibs and stuff. But like if I drew this low to high here, you know, imagine none of this existed beforehand. Here, I'll delete it again. Imagine you have this move right now, and you're trying to figure out where you're going to go. You know, from low to high here. Before any of this came into play, you can see, wow, you found a little bit of support on your 1272. You broke through it. Really, you found support on your 1414, rejected your 1272, went all the way down to your 2272, found a bounce, and then you came up, came all the way back up to the 100 level, found support on your 1618. Man, this is very volatile stuff. You don't generally see this with a fib, but you know, even things like this that seem insignificant can be significant throughout like the times, and it's not just any random low or any random high. It's like the low, the high of the move, right? I wouldn't take this low to high, though maybe you could, and you could find some kind of significance, but I die test. Let's get into this. Let's actually do the analysis. So from low to high here, bounced off the 61869 area. I remember this now, right? You're at your 382 right now. Perfect. Okay, classic. You're going to do one of two things now, and I think what you're probably going to do, and we'll look at the shorter time frames to determine this, but I think you will probably come back to your 0.5 and then go up higher. That's my thought, because you found resistance on it before. Generally with these fibs, whenever you do this kind of stuff, you find support on the previous areas. You stair step it, you know what I mean? So but let's look and see if we can find more to agree with that. Go to the daily. I really do like this low. I like this. This is definitely a breakout in my opinion. It looks pretty good. Top to bottom here. Deep extension hit. You really didn't stop, man. So checking back to your 1272, maybe down at your 886, totally in the equation. Should be accounted for. Let's see, top to bottom here. 382 is right there. 0.5 is all the way down here. You could go a little bit below your 0.5, sure. You could wick a little bit below it. It's not a big deal, right? But you might not. You know, with stronger moves, generally I expect that you do hit the 886 after seeing extensions, but you just went straight to deep extensions. With strong moves like this, you could bounce off of your more shallow extensions or even off the 100 level, which comes in line pretty well with this 0.5. So I would say, all in all, to say I think this thing's turning around from here. It'll take a little cool off, right? It'll probably go down to about, if I had to guess, anywhere from Could do the 1414. Let's just get it all. I'd say 5.33 cents to potentially 4.41 cents. So about a 1 cent range there, which on a 6 cent asset, that's a big deal, right? So 5.33 to 4.41. Yeah, somewhere in that range is what I would expect that you do. Looking at this daily, you are very constructive in your RSI, very, very constructive. You're kind of at the top of this like ascending trend line, right? Like something like that. You could go up a little higher maybe. I don't know. You're pretty overbought, but you can definitely go higher. Let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hours got some bearish divergence. Yep. Higher highs, decreasing volume. Lower highs here, bearish divergence. Yeah, I bet you go a little lower. Just a little bit, whatever. Previous areas of resistance, right here, that's at 4.3, you know. Right up here at the top there, that's 4.5. Previous areas of support as well, so, and resistance back here even. So yeah, something I would almost think that you do go toward that 886. That would be the general thing. But hitting that deep extension, don't be surprised if you don't go like this low. You genuinely might turn around at that 5.3 level. But I would think you go below it. At the lowest, this is where it goes, but probably somewhere in between. So lower for PLI, lower for CQT, and what was the one that I opened it up with, man? VAI. VAI looks decent, right? If I remember. I forget. VAI, USD. I forget what I said about it, man. Oh yeah, now I remember. Yeah, I think it's getting ready to go up. Yeah, definitely. So this one looks like it's more immediate, gonna go up. The other two, they're not done going up, but maybe in like the short term they're done going up. Little pullback, healthy correction, and then go up. That's all I got for you guys. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good night. Have a good day wherever you are. Take care. Bye bye.